stories tonight. To start us off, the National Council for Persons with Disabilities, that's Ncpwd, has issued a public warning over a group using a name similar to the statutory government agency, saying the move risks misleading persons with disabilities and the general public. A notice dated January 21st, 2026, I beg your pardon, a notice dated January 21st, 2026, the council said it had identified a group operating as the National Council for Parents with Children with Disabilities in Kenya, which is reportedly recruiting members despite not being registered or mandated by law to carry out such functions. Ncpwd is urging parents and the public to exercise caution, verify the legal status of organizations before sharing personal data or making financial contributions, and noted that the group had been directed to change its name, avoid duplicating the council's mandate, and complete registration with relevant authorities before operating. Moving on, President William Ruto has ordered all students to report to schools tomorrow to continue their studies, emphasizing that the government has allocated a growing concern as many students have been unable to attend classes due to unaffordable fees and school uniforms, a challenge affecting numerous families. The president's intervention misses out on learning because of financial constraints.
Child, and let me repeat, for our education stakeholders, I am directing that no child should remain at home because they do not have school fees. Every child must go to school. Kwa sababu tumetuma pesa bilioni 44 kusomesha watoto wetu. In any case, there is sufficient money for teachers, for our children to be taught in the first term. So every child, wawe na school fees, wasiwe na school fees. Wawe na uniform, wasiwe na uniform. Waende shuleni tomorrow morning. Na mimi nataka chiefs, na assistant chiefs, na members of provincial administration. Every child in Kenya must report to school tomorrow because we have provided the money to teach all our children. Tunaelewana jameni?
To some politics, the United Democratic Alliance, that's UDA, has intensified its campaign activities in Nairobi as preparations for the 2027 general election gather momentum. Party officials in county assembly members have begun grassroots mobilizations to popularize UDA's agenda and build support for President William Ruto's second-term bid. As part of the push, UDA has set up a national steering committee, aspirants forum, to provide a platform for party members seeking elective seats. Registration for aspirants opened on the party's official website, with the inaugural forum meeting scheduled for the 4th of February 2026 at State House, Nairobi. The campaign comes amid broader political maneuvers, including internal reorganization and potential coalition talks with other parties. UDA aims to solidify its position nationally while ensuring strong representation in Nairobi ahead of the 2027 election cycle.
For aspirants seeking various positions for the polling center congress commences today on the party website. There's a portal where the aspirants can register, and we encourage them to start registration today.
Kuhakikisha tumeanza kuleta vuguvugu la hawa wawaniaji wa hivi viti tofauti. Tutaanzisha platform ama forum ambayo tutaita UDA Aspirants Forum, ambapo itawajumlisha wote wale ambao wanawania viti tofauti kutoka ugavana hadi members of the county assembly.
We want to make sure that all our leaders and all our party organs are involved in the process that we did mandate the party leader under the NEC organ, mandated him to engage with ODM in structured negotiations to make sure that as we go to the 2027 elections, we have a party, one that has proper governance structures and whose mandate comes from the people, right from the grassroots. And two, that as we strongly believe, this party, the Kenya Kwanza Coalition, is a party that is forming government after next year's elections.
The 10-point agenda has given us a basis for working with the ODM. We have achieved some of the proposals that were made therein. In fact, if I'm not wrong, this afternoon, the committee on the implementation of the 10-point agenda has actually a meeting with the party leader of the UDA party and the leader of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition to bring him up to speed on what has been achieved so far and what is still pending.
UDA, what the president has been doing. The president has dealt with issues of affordable housing, something that was very integral in his manifesto. The president has dealt with issues of bringing people together, where the president has brought the ODM party together with UDA party. The president has brought on board other several parties and all other factions politically.
Schools of grade 10 students on Tuesday blocked outside and inside the Ncpwd Chief's office in Kilifi County in search of placement in day secondary schools within the ward following financial difficulties that have locked them out of boarding schools. Accompanied by their parents, the learners said the high cost of school fees have caused many families to change their plans and opt for day schools to ensure their children do not miss out on education. Among the affected students is David Ramadan, a former Shimo Latewa school candidate who scored 357 marks and was admitted to St. George's School in Kaloleni. However, he risks losing the placement as his family struggles to raise the required school fees. Elders from the Orma community have surrendered an AK-47 rifle with 3 rounds of ammunition to the Security Committee of Bangale Sub-County in Tana River County. The handover follows a 60-day ultimatum for the return of illegal firearms held by local communities in the area. The surrendered weapon is the 12th firearm handed over so far, bringing the total to 12 guns and 28 rounds of ammunition returned by the Orma and the Godia communities. Local authorities have welcomed the development, noting that the voluntary disarmament effort is part of ongoing initiative to enhance security and reduce gang-related incidents in Tana River County.
waache mapema, kwa sababu ikifika hiyo siku 60 ikiisha, haijalishi wewe ni nani, kwa sababu kumiliki silaha haramu haikubaliki kwa serikali.
Kufikia sasa tumesipokea jumla ya bunduki 12. Hivi leo tumeipokea bunduki aina ya AK-47 ikiwa na risasi 3. Hii bunduki tumeiangalia, bado inafanya kazi, lakini nambari ya usajili haionekani.
Tutagangana kama kuna vitu pengine vimebaki, tutatafuta, lakini tumeshukuru kwa government tupatiwe usalama ya uhakika, kwa sababu bado tunaogopa kuna uchuki inaendelea pale Tula na pale mbele. Serikali inajua
muda inaendelea kwenda, imebaki kama mwezi moja, kwa sababu watu wetu ni wafugaji na watu wa kuhamahama na hakuna mvua. Tunaomba hata serikali iongeze hiyo amnesty, kwa sababu kutafuta watu kupata ni kazi, kwa sababu ya kuhamahama na kuishi mbali mbali.
Right, let's take a quick short break right here on Science TV Prime News. We will be back in a short while with the sports updates. Stay with us.